Hello everyone and welcome on a new Coach Dev Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, driver for Simmercy, and today we are around Mugello for the week 6 of the Falcon Tire Sports Car Challenge series. We are with the Porsche 718 GT4, as you can see. As usual, first we go with the hot lap and then we talk together about the different details about the combo. So yep, let's get started. Alright, so if you go for the lap around the Mugello, so here we are just crossed the start finish line. Then as you can see on top of the crest, we just go to the left. So basically first corner is I don't know if it's the first one or if they consider the left one over the crest as the first corner, but anyway, first proper corner of the track. So as you can see, just putting the car to the left, just looking at the 100 board on the left. So basically you can it's better to, in my opinion, watch the white line, this one, because the 100 is too far to the left. So better to watch the white line instead, so then your vision remains closer to the track and closer to the right, because it's a right-hander. So if you are looking far away from the left, you are almost missing all the visual you could have on the corner. So as you can see on the left, braking quite a lot because the car is straight, but then as you can see when I'm crossing the 50 board on the left with the white line, I'm just starting to release a bit brake, turning in, just trying to make sure I'm not entering too early and going too deep into the corner, because I just want to work on the exit. So I just want to make sure I can really almost have the steering straight, or at least just try to open the steering as early as I can. So I'm just going to have a late apex for this one. So I will drop to second for this one, but need to make sure you're not dropping to second too early. It's gonna be the point in many corners around this track, even if you don't really put second really often around this track, to be honest. So as you can see, going a bit wide, so then I can make sure that I drop to second. I can throw the throttle, but at the same time, as you can see, like close to the exit, the steering is getting open really early. Then putting third early on as well. Then out of this corner, just putting the car straight away to the right, going on the curb, and then as you can see, maybe 2 or 3 meters after the beginning of the curb, we'll just go on the brake. I would think I stay with third for this one. I'm not sure if I'm dropping to second. I don't think I'm dropping to second. and I'm not, as you can see. As you can see, just braking a little bit on the entry to make sure I can slow down the car, and at the same time find the rotation. Early on power, as you can see, just before entering the curb, just getting the curbs, the sausage on the inside. Main target is to make sure you can get the exit quite tight, so then you can really work on the exit of this right one, because of course, if you take the sausage on those curbs, it's always better to take them as straight as you can. So then it's really basically, if you get them by having more steering angle, of course it can upset a bit more the car, and of course it will compromise quite a lot the exit. So having a tight exit for this one, as you can see, I'm almost completely to the left. I mean, I'm not on the white line, but of course you won't be completely to the left, otherwise you will lose time. So yeah, as you can see, not braking for the right one, so just keeping the throttle, just trying to manage the throttle, getting a little bit of curb on the right one, just getting the second one actually. The first one, I don't think it's really needed to take the first one. Most of the time it's better to take only one anyway, because of course you will bounce on the first one and then you will bounce again on the second one, and sometimes it can just completely upset the car and you will lose the flow of the corner. So as you can see, then on power, trying to make sure, as you can see as well, when I'm getting on the sausage, trying to make sure I'm just keeping almost the same amount of throttle. I'm not trying to really do 10%, then going back to 90 and then dropping back to 30. Like, I'm just trying to keep almost keep the same amount of throttle. Of course, you won't keep the same all the time. You won't keep 70 all the way on the sausage, because of course you wanna make sure you are on point where you need to go on throttle. So yeah, it's almost a mistake to think that keeping all the time the same amount of throttle will help you. Sometimes you have, of course, to adjust. So yeah, but you have to do everything smoothly, of course. Then, as you can see on the exit, just trying to make sure I'm not going too wide as well. Track limits can be a bit harsh sometimes. I think sometimes even if you keep the right wheels on the curb, you will still, or at least the left or right wheels on the curb, you can still get enough track. So you have to make sure you can keep a bit of a margin. And we have not a low downforce setup, but we have only we have a low wing, a medium wing, I would say. So yeah, it's pretty easy to have some oversteer on the exit. So yeah, just have to make sure you are kind as well on throttle, especially on the exit. But yeah, then we move on to pretty much the same type of corner, but this time to the left. So as you can see, looking at the 50 on the right, just going on the brake just around 50%, then heading into the corner, just releasing the brake just before the sausage, just going on throttle, just cutting the sausage as much as I can. Of course, do not cut it completely, so do not go with the left wheels, of course, on the left side, because I think it can be enough track. Then, as you can see, just playing with the throttle, trying to make sure I'm a bit to the left, a bit more to the left than what I mean, if I was entering the corner by just taking the Italian curb, or maybe just getting the first third of the curb, maybe the sausage, it would have been, I would have been too far to the right, then it would have it would compromise the exit of the right one. By doing that, as you can see, I can almost stay to the left, and then I just need to lift a little bit, so then I can just turn into the right one. And then, as you can see, just trying to avoid this one. I think this one is quite okay if you take it, but I don't know, for me it's too random sometimes. For this sausage, so I prefer to avoid it. I don't think you're gaining massively anyway. Like, if you get it right with the curb, with the sausage, and if you get it right with the without getting it, I think it's quite okay. For the lap time, you don't lose too much time, to be honest. So yeah, and as you can see, I can just throw it really early, and then yeah, pretty easy, to be honest. This one, I think this one is easier anyway, compared to the previous one. Then we will approach the second sector. I don't, yeah, it must be the second sector from now. So yeah, just I mean, just a little bit after the 100 board on the left. I'm just looking at the curb actually. As you can see, it's sort of it starts to get downhill just after the white line. I guess the white line is related to the 100 board. So as you can see, crossing the white line, and then when it starts to actually get downhill, just starting to brake. So yeah, I would say just in the middle of the white line and the exit road on the left, just after. So pretty much when you are in the middle of these two things, just starting to release the throttle, go on the brake, and then you just try to bring the car into this corner, just trying to make sure you can make good usage of the inside. Of course, as soon as you don't clip the grass, you are fine. So as you can see, going easy, not trying to get too greedy on the inside. And yeah, I think I stay with fourth all the way. Now I'm just jumping to third, but I'm getting early to fourth. I prefer to use third because I think it's a bit better mid corner to just keep the car on the apex, and then as you can see, just being able to stay a bit more tighter, I would say. So then that's why I'm putting early on fourth, because I think it's better than for the rest of the corners, of course. But yeah, I think third gives you this how to say that, helps you actually to really get it right, then to stay to the right as well, so then you can prepare the left. Then as you can see onto the left one, so just lifting with fourth gear, just trying to find the flow, just trying to, as you can see, just lift a bit more, so then it brings the nose to the front again, so it gives a bit more rotation, but then need to find the throttle as well. Throttle gives you the rotation as well, so you need to work with both techniques to really make it work. Then for the exit of this one, I prefer to not go too wide, because sometimes it can be a bit sketchy if you get the edge of the curb. It can get loose and you can lose the car. So yeah, I prefer to stay away from the curb anyway, because as you can see, you need to quickly move to the left, so then you can prepare the long right one. So of course, if you end up going really wide on the exit of this one, then it makes the things really difficult to be able to move to the left and then get a good momentum for the right one, which goes uphill. So yeah, I prefer to stay, I would say, into the limits. Of course, you are still in the track limits, but yeah, almost stay on the curb at the best, and almost stay between the white lines. Then, as you can see, moving to the left, getting past the curb, and then as you can see, I will just go a tiny bit on the brake just to find the rotation on the entry, but then I just work on the throttle to find the rotation. As you can see, I'm just going full throttle early on to find the rotation. Then on this, just between the two rights, I'm just going on the curb, keeping the right wheels on the Italian curb, and then I just bring the car into the right one just before the curb is actually ending. So as you can see, I'm not touching the curb, the brake at any point. Then, as you can see, just early on power, just when I'm crossing the middle of the track, actually, as you can see, there is a bit of camber on the entry, so that this is when you really need to be on point with the throttle, because that's what gives you as well the rotation. So mid corner, just going on throttle, trying to find the rotation and as well the momentum, getting a bit of curbing. I'm not sure if I'm getting the curb actually for this lap, but yeah, most important is to, yeah, I'm getting just the edge of the curb. Yeah, one thing about the painted stuff on the right side of the curb, you can use it, but sometimes it's quite dangerous, I would say, because sometimes it makes the car very loose all of a sudden. So maybe the margin for mistake is really small if you get the edge of the curb, pretty much like I told you before, Fuconos before, and yeah, it's a bit risky, I would say. So I would not take it all the time. Like if I'm on the rush or anything, and I need to take it, and the line I'm taking force me to take it, I will. But yeah, I think this one is quite okay. The one before right there is more dangerous. This one is more dangerous. So in my opinion, you have to avoid this one, because when you arrive towards the end of these, then it gets more dangerous. But for the right one, which goes uphill, this one, it's quite okay to take. So yeah, if you have to take it there, but in my opinion, don't take it for the left one, which goes downhill, because this one is more dangerous. Then, as you can see, on the exit, just waiting. I'm getting past pretty much the green thing I talked to you before, and yeah, once again, getting close of the exit, lowering the throttle, just trying to make sure I can open the steering early on. Then I just try to stay into the track limit, so right wheels on the curb, and then we are moving into the last half, I guess, or maybe we passed the last half before, but anyway, we are into the last half of the track. Basically, just braking 2 or 3 meters after the exit road, so as you can see, crossing the exit road, and then there is a sort of tip into the curb, so that's what I'm using as a braking reference. Maybe it's difficult to see it on the lap guide, but yeah, once you are driving the car around, you will see that there is like a sort of tip on this curb. So once I'm getting close to the deep, as you can see, getting past the exit road into the deep, going on the brake around 60%. Then pretty much the same as what we saw before, just the few corners, the first few corners, the few sort of chicanes. As you can see, just going on the brake, trying to bring the car onto the sausage. So same approach, just get the sausage early on power, just before the sausage. Then try to make sure you can have the car at least in the middle of the track, because then if you end up going wider, you will completely compromise this one. Then on throttle with third, trying to make sure I only take the first sausage, I avoid the second one. And as you can see, steering open, trying to stay into the limits up to fourth. Then I move to the left. I will just look at the 50 board or the 100 one. Yeah, it's the 50 board on the left, so you can look at the white one. And basically, when you're in the middle of the two, I'm not really braking at the 50 because 50 is too late. But when I'm really getting close of the 50, actually, when you're in this position, you don't really imagine that you are between the two with the speed and stuff. You almost feel like you're at the 50, but I guess around 70 or 65, something like that. Just release the throttle, go on the brake, just send the car into the corner. First apex, then just going a bit wide. Then that's what I told you before T1. Just drop to second, but just make sure you are not dropping too early, because I can drop right now to second, but I will almost, like maybe now, but I will spin the car. So just wait a little bit. Just wait, twist third, bring the car into really into the corner, drop to second, and then as you can see, going wide. Then middle of the corner, just going back on power, trying to find the rotation. Then shift early to third. It's actually better for the traction, and also it makes it less dangerous, I would say, with the oversteer on the exit. Then as you can see, just on throttle, get the second apex. Just make sure you are not exiting the corner too wide. So if you can exit mid corner like that, or close to mid corner like that, it's perfect. Then this is a chicane. I mean, it's flat out, so no worries about it. Just make sure you can leave the wheels on at least the two wheels left or right on the curb. And then we are heading to the last corner. So for this one, just braking, I think, at the digital flag on the right side. So when I'm getting close, when I'm getting pretty much next to the digital flag. Of course, if you have single screen, it's a bit difficult, but yeah, if you have triple, it's just next to the digital flag actually. If you have single, it's a bit tricky to say, but yeah, I guess when you feel that you are really getting past the digital flag, I guess there is maybe 10 meters between the 50 and the digital flag, which is on the right. So yeah, When you are maybe 10 meters or digital flag, just go on the brake. Pretty much the same approach as the corner we saw before when we went into the right one downhill. Just go on the brake, deep on the brake, trying to get the first apex, dropping to third. We don't drop to second this time because this one is a bit less tight. So no need to drop to second. Keep the brake until the car is not too far away from the inside, of course, because of course you could go wide, but I don't think it's really worth it because you're gonna lose quite a lot of time actually. Of course, the exit, you're gonna have quite a good exit, but I don't think there is a big difference between having a good exit using the inside line and using the outside line, because what you are going to gain on the exit is what you've lost on the entry, in my opinion. So yeah, as you can see, first apex, then trying to make sure I can keep the brake until I'm on the right line to make it to the second apex. And then as you can see, early on power, mid corner, just getting the second apex, and then I quickly open the steering, and then I will just try to aim for the curb on the right side. But yeah, if you didn't go wide on the exit of the last corner, if you didn't floor too early the throttle, then you should be fine. It's not gonna be a big issue for the track limits of the last corner. Sorry. Main target is to keep the left wheels on the curb, and yeah, if we are done for the lap, just aiming for the start finish line, and we are crossing the line for the lap. Alright, this is it for today. That was the week 6 lap guide around the Mugello. I hope you learned from this lap guide, of course. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Coach Dev Academy channel and join the Discord server if you have any questions about all the work we are making. And I see you next week for the week 7. Bye bye.